Okay, this is part 2, starting with the multiplication. Remember, we write these horizontally. 9/10 times 4/5. Look for cross-reducing. 5 and 9 I can't, but 10 and 4 I can. They're both even, so I know 2 goes into both of them. 2 goes into 4 twice. 2 goes into 10 5 times. 9 times 2 is 18, and 5 times 5 is 25. Number 9/16 times 5/12. I know I've got to turn 16 into a fraction, so I just put it over 1. I can reduce 12 and 16 by dividing by 4. 4 goes into 12 3 times. 4 goes into 16 4 times. 4 times 5 is 20. 1 times 3 is 3. Improper fraction. 3 goes into 20 6 times with 2 left over. Denominator stays the same. Number 10 is multiplying mixed numbers. Two and 1/2 times 3/5. Can't multiply or divide mixed numbers. We've got to change them into improper fractions. Remember, 2 times 2 is 4. Plus 1 is 5/2 times 3/5. Now don't get confused. We're not doing any flipping because this is multiplication. The only time we do the reciprocal, which means to flip the second fraction, is when we are doing division. The only time you will flip it is if you see a division sign. On this problem, I can cross-reduce my 5s. 5 goes into itself once. 5 goes into itself once. 1 times 3 is 3. 2 times 1 is 2. This is an improper fraction. 2 goes into 3 one time with 1 left over. Number 11, 3 3/4 times 2 4/5. 4 times 3 is 12, plus 3 would be 15/4, times 5 times 2 is 10, plus 4 would be 14/5. I can reduce 5 and 15 by dividing by 5. 5 into itself once. 5 into 15 3 times. I can reduce 4 and 14 because they're both even. I can divide them by 2. 2 goes into 4 2 times. 2 goes into 14 7 times. 3 times 7 is 21 over 2 times 1 is 2. Divide. 2 goes into 21 10 times with 1 left over. Okay, now we're going to divide fractions. This is where we always use the reciprocal of the second fraction after we change division sign to multiplication. 8 divided by 4/5. I rewrite my first fraction, which is not a fraction, so I must make it a fraction. That's 8/1. So if I rewrite my first fraction, it's 8/1, change my division sign to multiplication, and flip the second fraction or find the reciprocal. 5/4. Now, just like our multiplication problems, we look for cross reducing. 4 goes into itself once, 4 goes into 8 twice. 2 times 5 is 10 over 1, which equals 10. (13) 6/7 divided by 3/11. Rewrite the first fraction. Change division to multiplication, and do the reciprocal of the second fraction. I can reduce 3 and 6. 3 into itself once, 3 into 6 twice. 2 times 11 is 22. 7 times 1 is 7. Improper. 7 goes into 22 3 times with 1 left over. Number 14. 2 1/2 divided by 4 2/7. Both of these must be turned into improper fractions first, before changing a sign or finding the reciprocal. 2 times 2 is 4, plus 1 is 5 over 2. Don't change your sign yet. 7 times 4 is 28, plus 2 is 30 over 7. Now we're ready to do some changing. Rewrite the first fraction. Change division to multiplication. Do the reciprocal of the second fraction. Can't reduce 2 and 7, but I can 5 and 30. 5 goes into itself once, into 36 times. Multiply straight across. 1 times 7 is 7. 2 times 6 is 12. Number 15. 3 1/5 divided by 1 7/9. And I'm going to let you solve this one also. We'll check it tomorrow in class. Make sure to change these into improper fractions before you change your sign or do the reciprocal first. Then change the sign and do the reciprocal of the second fraction and look for cross reducing.